Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard, live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Busy hour in 15 minutes. In Pocket Plays a little bit early today because we have a couple of guests back into the hour. Bruce Marshall, longtime college basketball handicapper and bettor, in 30 minutes. His best bets tonight. Maybe a look at tomorrow's card as well. And Isaac Feeder on the show. Hollywood director, showrunner, with Oscar predictions and maybe some bets that you can take away from that coming up in 45 minutes. We do have some action right now in the Ivy League. Dartmouth is now out to a 40-29 lead over Yale.
Oh, boy.
So not watching this game. I brought it up before the break. I said, you want to, because Yale was favored by 7.5 or 8 in the game, undefeated in the Ivy so far this year. And I don't like to bet on games that I'm not watching. This one's not on here. But just to get ready for next week, I put a small bet on Yale minus 125 on the money line during the break. And by that, I mean we're going to have a bunch of games on live in the afternoon with these conference tournaments next week, and then we have championship week the week after that. So got to gear up somehow, my man.
Mm-hmm. Some
projections that we have for tomorrow. Well, opening numbers. Auburn opened up 5.5 at Kentucky. A little bit of money on Kentucky. Down to 4.5 at some spots.
A little bit of the Paul Stone thing about who needs it more. Auburn's going to get a 1, right? Then again, they're so good, maybe they win every game. But I don't want to go against Auburn right now, especially after what they did to me the other night, to win by 30 and beat Chris Beard. I'm with you. I wouldn't want under 167.
Yeah, no, thank you. Bama's at Tennessee. We both kind of like Bama here. Tennessee opened up 3.5. Total is 155.5. Although projections have Tennessee, like at Eric Haslam, Bart Torvik, Ken Palm, winning between 3 and 5 points. So a couple of them have them covering, but it's going to be a close game. I'll take Bama on the road. Florida in a bounce-back spot.
In a big way.
Yeah, they were, down and out, completely buried on the road. Came all the way back to take the lead, then lost. That was not a good performance for like 30 minutes. That probably caught Todd Golden's attention. So they're laying 8.5. That was the opening number against A&M. And A&M, Paul, I know it's the SEC, so it's going to be a meat grinder of a schedule. Struggling now all of a sudden with those losses. Gonzaga opened up 8.5 at San Francisco.
Good game. 8 o'clock game, too. Get out game.
Yeah. Arizona opened up catching 5.5 at Iowa State.
Too much.
I agree.
Iowa State's got to show me they can turn it around. I don't care who's been out. They've been terrible.
I'll tell you what, this is a sneaky good game on the schedule tomorrow. Creighton plays at Xavier, and Xavier's minus 1.5 on the opener. Total 148.5.
You got a number on Oklahoma Ole Miss? I didn't see a number on that game.
I shall look.
Oklahoma 4-11 in conference play. See if Ole Miss is able to bounce back. Also, do you want to get in front of BYU? 8.5 at home to West Virginia.
No, they'll be on moneyline parlays.
Yeah.
Have to be.
They have been great. And in what was thought to be a bad spot, also took out Arizona State the other day as well. So that's a big one coming up for BYU if they can run the table. You mentioned Pitino and all the talk about St. John's and can they do it, Final Four, and right. The 8 teams that can win it. St. John's hasn't won a game in the tournament since 2000. They beat Northern Arizona, and then...
Was that the Omar Cook 2-seed team?
Our test. Yep, then they lost to Gonzaga. Yep. Oh. They've been back to the dance 4 times since, losing in their opening game each time. Now a lock to get in. Pitino has lost just 5 first-round games in 24 trips. 3 of them he was at Boston University and Iona. As a power conference coach, he's 19-2 in the first round. File that one away for Selection Sunday. That's awesome. And I think they end the drought. And a couple of tidbits from bracketology. Drop today. Your 1 seeds, Auburn, Duke, Houston,
yep,
Bama. Your 2 seeds, Florida, Iowa State, Tennessee, and Sparty. Iowa State, that's dangerous. 3 seeds, A&M, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Texas Tech. And again, this goes back to that prop with the SEC against the field. Look at what seeds you're getting. Last 4 byes, Baylor, San Diego State, Arkansas, Nebraska. Last 4 in, even with that 4-11 conference record, Oklahoma, Indiana, Ohio State, Texas. First 4 out, Georgia, North Carolina, Boise, and Xavier. VCU in action tonight. They're laying 14.5. I love them. They've won 13 of 14. If they win out, they'd be 16-1 their last 17. And then you'd be talking about 2 more conference tournament wins. You'd be on an 18-1 run. And then you're looking at 29 wins, I think. UC San Diego won again last night, too. We got hooked in that game. I hope people got 6. 2-point game, 15 seconds left. The 4-teamer went against us. They scored. They got the stop. They hit their free throws. They got the stop. If they win out and then lose in the championship of the conference tournament, they would have won 28 of their last 30 games.
Yeah, and they won't get in.
What are we doing?
I know.
This is not even a discussion or a debate. What should happen with those 2 teams?
Hey, you asked for a number on Ole Miss at home to Oklahoma.
Yep.
There's one offshore book that I can see has it right now, and it's Ole Miss 8.5, total 154.5. Do you want to take the desperate Sooners plus the points?
No, I don't. You're 4-11 for a reason.
Let me give you some of this as well from bracketology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Duke, the one in the East. The 8-9 game is New Mexico and UConn. I mean, good Lord, please give us that 8-9 game.
And I would take Hurley against Pitino.
Probably.
Yes.
And then it's going to be UConn against Duke, and that game will be the most hyped second-round game imaginable. Creighton Gonzaga in the Midwest. The winner gets Alabama.
Ooh.
That, to me...
What's the total in those? Wow.
Oh, my God. Alabama Gonzaga is going to be 180 in that neighborhood. And here's the dream come true again then, right? Gonzaga's power rating is still super-duper high.
You're right. Good number.
Make Alabama 3 against Gonzaga.
That's wow. That's crazy.
And some whatever. And some people are going to probably make in that range, and some will make the case for Gonzaga maybe. And no way. Maybe it's 4. I'm betting Alabama in that game is my point. But some of these matchups that they have current bracketology, you can't go wrong. And oh, by the way, like we talked about yesterday, it's unavoidable. The SEC would be playing in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
For example,
these matchups, yes.
In Duke's region, Memphis the 7, Arkansas the 10, the winner would get Tennessee, the 2 seed, if Tennessee advances past the 15. So we get Arkansas potentially against Tennessee in the second round. That's 13 teams in, you can't avoid it.
That's right. I'm interested in the Utah State-Colorado State game tomorrow. See what that number is. And Boise takes on Fresno. David Purdom was on yesterday, ESPN. Does a great job. Fresno State and the NC2A are investigating allegations that 2 basketball players participated in daily fantasy contests based on their own performances. And you got multiple guys who are not playing, kicked off the team, whatever. And one major sports book received increased betting interest on Mikal Robinson's props. He was removed from the roster January 11th. Oh, boy. So you got that situation, not to mention they're awful with 5 wins. So it goes back to all these reports and these guys that were hanging out with Porter and also getting involved in these 9 college basketball games and that Sugar Shane character that they targeted awful teams. Which, like, how many people would pay attention where it's, they're 4-26, whatever, right? So, obviously, there's money's going to come in against it because they're so bad, but maybe you're seeing it's for other reasons, too, that they've had their grips and hands on these guys and what they're doing. Yep. But the other thing goes back to, like you said, why are you taking so much, like anything on this stuff? I mean, I can't believe this guy was getting down 6 figures on a Big South game and betting $70,000 on first halves. You know what? Which you had to know he had information or something was amiss because he's betting crazy games, and the numbers like Purdom said, the first half numbers are bigger than the actual point spread on a game.
Right. So I didn't see that ticket. That was one bet at one book, correct?
Yeah, Pat 40 was all over.
That was not spreading it around at 15 different books or more than that. It's one bet $70,000 on the first half.
Yeah, betting like $100,000 on a Big South game. Like 50,000 on these lower conference games.
Very close. Right? I mean, that's almost like the guys coming here, the Headache Smith story from Arizona State 30 years ago. Coming to the Mirage, duffel bag full of $100,000. You know, hey, I need this on a Tuesday night game, whatever it was, on Arizona State. Fading them, and, the alarms go off. Like, this is back in 1994-ish? You know, that much cash? Oh, sure, I've never seen you before, but all of a sudden you want $100,000 on a weeknight college basketball game. yeah, I wonder if anything fishy might be happening here. I mean, it's just the best story, though, is it's similar, right? The Alabama baseball story from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
At the Cincinnati Reds ballpark, where it's adjacent to a casino and a sports book, he's telling the people at the book, I have inside information.
The tellers?
Yes. You have no idea what I know about this game.
I got a text. Look at the text.
Yeah, look at the text.
It's from the coach.
Yeah. Directly from the coach. I got inside information. I won $100,000 on LSU.
Yeah.
I don't think so, pal.
Uh-huh.
We don't know. Yeah.
No pictures, by the way. If you plan on betting on a fixed game, don't take pictures of yourself at the book or hanging out grabbing something to eat. Juice Reel, bringing real transparency to the picks marketplace. No fake records, no hiding bets. Everyone on Juice Reel syncs their accounts, importing their betting history directly from the books. Juice Reel ranks every bettor based on their actual record. Sharp bettors can even get paid when others follow their picks. Tail proven. Verified winners on Juice Reel, free in the App Store. Download it today. REEL, Juice Reel. Juice Reel, download it today. Go get it.
Boston back to a 1.5-point favorite at several books because Jaylen Brown, it was announced moments ago, he's going to play tonight. So he's in. There's no Porzingis. There's no Drew Holiday.
Much bigger game for Cleveland, though. And embarrassed on their home floor in the last meeting. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I love this team, how they're playing, and they've won 12 of 13 and undefeated since they got Hunter, and as you talked about, blowing people out.
Yep. Their net rating going back 7-10 games it doesn't even look like it makes sense. It's so high. Up next, we'll get to in-pocket plays, what we're betting tonight, and for the weekend coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
These games are a burial, a blowout, a human lock. You can bet your unborn children on these games.
I was so good that whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
All right, we split. Hope you got 6 out there. Cal State Northridge, 2-point game, 15 seconds left. They lose by 6. UCSD, San Diego wins again. Luka under points prop. Every game with a Laker, he's gone under his point prop and 3-point prop, with the exception of the game in Denver.
What do you think is going to be the next game out?
Yeah, good question.
They go down as low as like 25.5?
Yeah. Maybe 24.5 too, I would think. I mean, the shots are there, but he's been horrible from 3. Which, how long is it going to take till he's in basketball shape, in game shape, ready to go, right? Oilers-Panthers first period over. Oilers lose again, winner. And a loser, goal in the first 10, Red Wings and Blue Jackets. And they combined for 6 in the second period.
Oh.
Yes, back to hockey. Goal in the first 10. Let's stay hot with Dallas. They're on a 15-2 run. Goal in the first 10. They're at home against the Kings. And likewise, Toronto. I'm going to go first period over against the Rangers tonight. Only a couple of hockey games, but I'm going to play those tonight in hockey. Have played those games, rather. Yes.
Okay. Best of luck. A couple of losers last night.
Bad beat.
Well,
what'd you think of that?
Of Anthony Edwards?
These officials, man. They're just they think that people pay to see them. And the Luka technical the other night was so
bad.
Egregious. Where he puts his hands in the air, but hey, the guy hit me, come on, and they tee him up.
I know.
And then they throw. Edwards got into a shoving match early on in the game, got a tee. And then they called him for a tee, kicked him out, and threw the ball in the stands, and now he's suspended.
Yeah, he is. So Edwards, anyway, he likes to talk a lot of trash, plus he drops a lot of F-bombs. Who knows what was said on the court, maybe, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of technicals, though. That's a lot of tees.
It is.
We just got to March tomorrow. I mean,
so he got kicked out with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. He had 18 points. He had over 26.5. That moved to 28.5 at every book. But, it is what it is. I'm not asking for a bad beat refund. I'm not going to be that guy. And Jimmy Butler, this one kind of hurt too. He had 4 rebounds and 7 assists. I had 5 plus rebounds and 5 plus assists last night, plus 130. No good. 0 for 2. That stings. All right. Onward and upward for tonight. We are going to go with a couple of other player props. One, in this Celtics-Cavaliers game. If you've listened to the show at all recently, During the basketball season, I've made the case for him quite a bit. I'm going to do it again based on the number. Derek White earlier today, I put it on the picks page at vsin.com, over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I did this based on the idea that Jaylen Brown could miss the game, plus these two teams with that kind of a total. You'd expect it's going to be super high scoring. They like to go bombs away from downtown anyway. And then it turns out Drew Holiday is going to miss. Porzingis is going to miss. White, his number has since moved up. Last couple of games, 35, 28, 35 points, rebounds, and assists. Had to bet it? In pocket so far. Also, Josh Giddey. He has been spectacular lately for the Chicago Bulls. Points, rebounds, and assists over 32.5. I laid $1.22 with that one. Last 4 games for Giddey. Points, rebounds, and assists. 47, 42, 47, and 41. So he's scoring. I didn't want to bet the points alone tonight at 17.5. Maybe he gets 17, but the rebounds have been there in a big way. The assists have been there as well. So I took all 3 of them combined. And then
Vucevic is out, too. That helps you.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know if Scotty Barnes is out for the Raptors yet. I think we'll maybe find that out closer to game time, but that would be, one more guy gone from the Raptors where it might make things easier for Giddey and the Bulls as well. But okay, so I bet it. The Cavaliers plus 1.5. Brown's in the game. But again, they went out to get DeAndre Hunter for this game and for the series down the road. I know that they've won 1 game so far this year. I don't think it's gone very well for the Cavaliers for the most part in these games against Boston. And I think it's big for that team. So I'm taking a plus to 1.5.
Want to know where the money's going? Only VSiN gives you exclusive access to betting splits from Circa and DraftKings. Unlike other sources, our betting splits come straight from Circa and DraftKings, giving you insight into where the sharp action's landing. Circa takes huge bets from pro bettors. DraftKings provides a broader market perspective. You're getting the real action, not just public money, but the kind of wagers that move lines. See the percentage of bets versus percentage of handle on every game across every major sport, helping you make smarter, more informed bets. Get the betting splits, the prop analyzer, everything up there. $9.99 for your first month. VSiN.com/subscribe. Vucevic out. Wiggins out. Bam will play. Gordon out. Murray will play. Chet will play.
That's a lot of action.
Yep. Trae Young is in. Butler questionable tomorrow. You mentioned Porzingis out. Ball questionable tomorrow. And then Hachimura's out. LeBron and Luka game time decisions. One of them, who was it? One of them was doubtful. In any event, I don't think Luka plays, but I want Austin Reeves props tonight against the Clippers.
21.5.
That's a good number.
I might add that one as well. The news that we had 2 hours ago, Joel Embiid is out for the year. They play tomorrow, national TV, 8:30 p.m. Eastern against Golden State.
What are you doing? And then Sunday, the Suns are on national TV against the T-Wolves. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Get this crap off.
The Warriors are laying 8.5 tomorrow. Total is 225. I would really like to see Curry go on a heater here. Make like 13, 14 threes again tomorrow. I'm not asking for much. Right? But because here's the thing. He's closing in on 4,000 threes. They get this, pile of trash tomorrow in Philadelphia. He's going back home, playing at Charlotte. Probably wants to put on a show on Monday night, and the night after that, they play in the Garden. Are you taking them seriously yet? And by that, forget the division. I'm talking about Western Conference contenders.
I'm not there yet, no, because of the lack of size. May get pushed around.
The fellas on
Lakers are better.
The Hoop Collective podcast, Windhorst, McMahon, and Bontemps, they were talking about hotel reservations.
Right.
Across the Western Conference in cities, like where should they make them? Where do they have them as of right now? Which one should they eliminate? Obviously, they all have them in Oklahoma City. And they basically, I think all 3 agree that Denver has to be on the list. And they phrase it like this: how many teams can win 12 games in the West? Not who do you call just a contender who can win 12 games.
I shouldn't be surprised, but I can't believe Bontemps is not going to put the Lakers in that discussion when you have LeBron and Luka.
He's not fully buying in. He wants more time with the defense.
Yeah, but this is the guy. Okay, but this is the guy for the last 2 years telling you how good the Sixers are, and they're better than the Knicks and they're championship contenders. Same guy. Okay, so It's just he won't buy in. It's just you have the Laker hatred too. So it's either full out media pom-poms, watch out, here they come, or it's they can't stand him and they're sick of it. I mean, you got Barkley on there last night on national TV. They're not that good. I don't know if they're better than Memphis or Houston, and they've stunk the last 3 years. Shaq is sitting right there, and he doesn't say anything. They made the conference finals 2 years ago, and they let him sit there and say it every time. It's like, yeah, they're entertaining, but he doesn't know bleep about basketball. The Laker hatred is outrageous. How are you going to sit there and say they're not a good team and actually use that word? They've been crap the last 3 years. That goes back to what Reddick said about, you got guys who cover the sport and they urinate on the sport nonstop. And give me a break. How can you make that comment when they went to the conference finals 2 years ago? It's asinine.
Would you have hotel reservations in L.A. over Denver if you were covering the sport and thinking ahead what you want to do? Would you
actual seeding is going to be big how it plays out, yeah. There's a good chance the Lakers might face OKC in the second round.
The Lakers might take on OKC in the second
Lakers
round.
Yes, right. And also, what did I say?
I think you said Denver.
Oh, sorry. Well, that could play out too, right. But maybe if I'm the Lakers, I'd rather see OKC in the second round. The wear and tear based on LeBron being in his 40s.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers are contenders. How can he not?
No, I think they are too.
He's saying it's only a 17-game sample size, but Reddick has made all the right moves, and he needs to see more. I guess he wasn't impressed by winning by 23 in Denver. Yeah. I don't know why you're loving Denver that much. If I'm asking those guys,
they have a really simple reason, and I can't.
Right. I'll joke.
They have the best player in the world.
Yeah, they do. The supporting cast has left a lot to be desired.
Murray's playing better basketball.
Well, sure, they need that. He's the whole key. I know he's the whole key.
Memphis and Houston are both good.
Yes,
they're both really good basketball teams. I'm not going to be stunned if either. I'm not going to say win the West, but if they get there, they can win it. I won't be stunned if Houston or Memphis is playing in the Western Conference Finals. That will not stun me. Oh no, they're
that's my comeback. That's my comeback. It's LeBron James and Luka, and whether it's OKC, Memphis, or Houston, the next time they win a big game will be the first time. So.
Well, I mean,
that's where I'm at. And I wouldn't be surprised. I still think a healthy Dallas team could give someone fits.
I'm not going to write them off.
Yeah, with Anthony Davis.
I think that's a
Kyrie,
huge mistake.
Yeah.
Also, I'm still a little bit stung by what happened last year with OKC.
Have to be. PJ Washington went in your pocket.
I know they're much better this year. Man, I can't get over that. That's on me. Mm-hmm. Bruce Marshall joins the show up next. Longtime college basketball handicapper and Bettor. We'll get into the slate tonight. Talk about the games tomorrow as well. That's next here on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. We're live downtown Las Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. More college basketball here. That time of year, man. Tomorrow's March. Can you believe it? Longtime college basketball bettor and handicapper with CBS Sportsline. Bruce Marshall joins the program now on the Progressive guest line. Brucey, good to talk to you as always. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, Mitch. Pretty good.
Let's begin. Let's begin Big Ten tonight. Has it been pretty for UCLA when they have traveled to the Midwest or the Northeast this year, with maybe one exception? They're catching now 5.5 or 6, a couple of sixes out there against Purdue. What do you make of this matchup, Bruce?
Well, just quick history lesson. UCLA, it's only its third game there since they opened this arena, December 267, with John Wooden coming back to his old alma mater. Rick Mount's debut night for varsity Purdue. Lou Alcindor with the Bruins off the national title the year before. The most electric night I ever remember in college hoops. I was only in fourth grade. This game was unbelievable, back and forth. And then UCLA won in the last second shot by Bill Sweek, 73-71. Anyway, this is not that sort of level tonight. However, Purdue's got some problems too, guys. Lost 4 in a row. Out on the perimeter, those guys, Smith, Lawyer, they can shoot, but this is not very athletic and not a lot of length in the perimeter. They're not as good as they were last year, especially when they had Edey down in the blocks. UCLA's won 9 of 11. They did win it at Indiana a couple weeks ago on a Friday. I don't think the matchups are that bad, and I'm seeing some sixes out there. I give UCLA a shot to win this thing outright. Purdue's struggling.
That was the best game you've ever seen?
Yes. if I had to relive one game to watch in my life, it's that one, and I should even write a book about it.
Wow.
It's an idea for me. There you go.
You could do it. I get 5%. Let's do it.
By the way, we don't want you to do this, but yes or no, you could name the starting five for both teams still to this day.
I think so.
Okay.
Gilliam, Billy Keller, Rick Mount, Chuck Davis. Who's the other one for Purdue? UCLA, of course, Warren Allen, Alcindor, Shackelford, and Mike Lindstrom.
Yeah,
you got me.
You're in fourth grade.
Jeez.
Love this guy. Yes. Can't wait. Going to talk to you nonstop here the next couple of months. I can't wait. Great start. How about Iowa and Northwestern?
Iowa is as soft as chiffon, boys. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to Matt, and I said, North Carolina is the Iowa of the ACC. No, that's an insult to North Carolina.
Okay.
No major conference team is as soft as Iowa. This defense is horrific. Look at their results out on the road this year. They beat Rutgers that one game, but they have been hammered all their other Big Ten road games. Chris Collins has done a heck of a job keeping Northwestern relevant. Even with the injury to Barnhizer, was a very important player. They've weathered that. Look at these 2 wins in a row on the road at Ohio State and Minnesota. Handy wins. The defense is playing well. And Northwestern, to me, I'll lay this price here with the Wildcats tonight. Nick Martinelli, Dwayne Colucci's favorite player in the Big Ten, scoring up a storm for Northwestern. I'm taking the Cats.
All right, lay the 4.5 there. Good breakdown. Let's get hardcore. Marist and Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart, a small home favorite. Let's get nuts. What do you think?
Marist, this league is very competitive. There's a lot of tight margins in this league, but a couple of the constants in the Metro Atlantic have been the Big Q, Quinnipiac, and Marist. John Dunn, he's got them. They're 20-5 this year, if you can believe that. And this is not a flashy team. Very functional. They value possessions. They play defense. They're only scoring 68 per game, but they are fairly effective shooting it. Pasquarelli is a really dangerous guard, scoring about 17 per game. Sacred Heart's a little more up and down the court. They have been inconsistent. Marist is catching a couple here on the road at the Q in Connecticut. I'm going to take Marist, the Red Foxes, tonight.
Iona Niagara just started. Do you have an opinion on this game, Bruce?
Yeah, I took Iona. Tobin Anderson won some games on the road. It has been a tough year for Niagara. In fact, the Buffalo schools, Niagara and Canisius, at the bottom of the Metro Atlantic. Greg Paulus wasn't able to replace some of the guys he lost in the portal. Iona can win this game. They won on the road. It's a short price. But they pick them, so I take Iona.
Okay, the game right down the street. The late game, 8 o'clock Pacific, Nevada, 2.5 at UNLV.
Yeah, it looks like Deaton Thomas still out. Seems like it. And I know the Rebels survived the other night at San Jose, but they're not the same team if Thomas is out. And they've been, frankly, I'm watching UNLV this year. This team doesn't look like it's enjoying playing with each other, playing together the way last year's team did with the Boons and some of the guys that Kruger lost in the portal. Kruger's job might be on the line here. Listen, Nevada hadn't played that bad the last couple of weeks, and it was they kicked Trey Coleman off the team. He might have been a disruptive force, but Davidson and Kobe Sanders are the two best players on the court. Short price, I'm giving Steve Alford. They won up at Reno against the Rebels. I think they can win here at Thomas and Mack too.
Follow the Money, Pauly and Mitch Visa, the Sports Betting Network. The legend Bruce Marshall, our guest on the Progressive Guest Line, CBS Sports Line. Bruce A. Marshall on X. You like the total here. You can tell us why in a second. Will you also be jumping in on Dana Altman and Oregon? You've been unbelievable the last few years when Oregon has made deep tournament runs, not only Pac-12, but in the actual madness.
I am thinking about it because, they've had some impressive efforts. That win at Wisconsin, when they were way behind in that game, and they came back. This is Altman's time of year, so I could make a case for Oregon too. I'm going to make a stronger case for the over. USC looks tired, and I know Oregon's had some traveling like SC too, but I think it's really worn out the Trojans. Watch their recent games away from home. They're allowing 90-plus. I mean, Rutgers was scoring every possession last week. Maryland scored easy on them. Purdue did a couple weeks ago. They are tired, and this was not a great defensive team to begin with. Overs, 15-3 now for SC, the last 18 over. Oregon's got enough firepower to get over. So I'm going to go, let's see, 150, 153.5. That's not high enough. I'd go over, and I'd probably take the Duckies, Rubfoots -8.
Mm-hmm. All right. Paul Stone made the case for South Carolina earlier. It's pick 'em in some spots against Arkansas. What do you think?
Well, he's a Texas guy, so he just hates Arkansas. So I would dismiss whatever Paul Stone says about Arkansas, okay? I'm on the other side here. Arkansas is the story of the SEC right now. And it's all happened since Boogie Fland went down, very flashy freshman guard. But since then, look what they've done. If you got 8.5 in the Texas A&M game a couple Saturdays ago, they've covered 8 straight. They're going to make the tournament now. And Fland going out has made this a better team. This happens sometimes in hoops. Janelle Davis from Florida Atlantic, the transfer, had done nothing the first 2 months of the year. Suddenly, he's scoring in double digits every night. They've moved Wagner over to point. Wagner came with Coach Cal from Lexington. Mm-hmm. They're a better team right now. And I know South Carolina isn't as bad as that conference record suggests, but they've only won once in SEC play. This game's practically a pick 'em. I'm taking Arkansas.
Bruce, you really like to roll your sleeves up and get to work on the West Coast as well, West Coast Conference. So having said that, what are your thoughts on Santa Clara and Pacific tomorrow?
Now, we're going to have to lay some points if we like Santa Clara, but I would suggest that people don't worry about it. Go ahead and do it. Look what Santa Clara does to some of these teams at the bottom of this league. They absolutely destroyed Pacific. They destroyed Portland. San Diego a couple weeks ago, they destroyed them. Pacific cannot keep pace with Santa Clara. Santa Clara are capable of having a bad shooting night from 3, but they exited November shooting about 27% from 3. Now they are close to 40 on the year. For the last 2+ months, this has been the best 3-point shooting team in the country. They hit 23 triples last Saturday at Washington State. There's another team they buried a couple times. They can bury Pacific tomorrow. This gets Herb Sendek to 20 wins. I'm going to lay the points with the Broncos.
You're the best, my friend. Love you. And we'll be talking to you on a regular basis here as we get into March. Appreciate it.
Have a good weekend, boys. Thank you.
Thanks, Brucey. I sent him a text. I go, let me know what you like today. He sent me the clip from the LA Times about the game. UCLA, Purdue, and then had the long text. December 2nd, 1967, opening night. Wooden returns to Purdue. Lou Alcindor, defending champ. Dick Enberg on the call. All-time thriller. More drama than UCLA Houston 7 weeks later at the Astrodome. Still not the greatest college hoops games event. UCLA Purdue rates by me as the greatest college game ever. And he can tell you the starting five.
On the spot.
He's in 4th grade.
Starting
he's
five.
The best, yep. Yeah, you're right. He'll get in the mud, too.
We're
going Marist and Sacred Heart. And he likes the trash, too, with Richie Bachelari. Love Brucey.
Yeah, it's the definition of hopping into a dirty lake. Real mucky, right, full of scum at the bottom of it. And he just digs his toes in, and he likes to go on a long walk through the lily pads and through the bullheads and through everything else that are down there. It doesn't matter to Brucey. He gets as dirty as anybody. And he wants a barrel full of oil to spill into the lake to get even dirtier. It's who he is and what he does. Let's get some winners in the Oscars on Sunday. How about that? Yeah, you can bet on the awards. We'll try to get some winners. Director, Hollywood hotshot, Isaac Feeder on the program coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Closing the week on this show strong. Oscars, Sunday night. You can bet on this stuff. DK has a massive menu, and we'll try to get a couple of winners here. As film and TV producer, Isaac Feeder joins the program now. He was involved with Life on the Line, 30 for 30 called Iron Virgin about AC Green. He's on the Progressive guest line. Isaac, good to talk to you again. It's been a long time. How are you?
Good to talk to you too, Mitch. I'm so happy to be here. Happy to talk Oscars. Always happy to talk betting with you guys. Always.
Well, very good. Let's begin.
I'm good.
Okay, let's begin. Best Picture then. Honora is minus $2. Do you agree with that number, or can you make a case for somebody else stealing it this year?
Yeah, I do think that Honora minus $2. Like, let me just say overall, Mitch, a lot of these, the chalk is right. The heavy payment is right. It is kind of like, the sharper bettors are going to lay a lot to win a little. And I do like Honora. Listen, Honora has won the DGA award for Best Director, which is a big one. They've won the PGA award. It's been recognized by Golden Globes. Sean Baker also has been giving really good speeches and talks, and I do think it's a favorite. Now, there was one little curveball, and if there's one other movie I would encourage you to consider supporting at a shorter plus price, it would be Conclave. Conclave kind of shocked everybody by winning SAG Ensemble last week, and most of the Academy members are actors, and it's a really great movie, and it's really high stakes, and I wouldn't blame anybody for putting a little bit of money on Conclave as well. But those are really the two that I would be talking about at this point for Best Picture.
Thank you. I reached out to you earlier in the week. Adrian Brody was minus $2 for Best Actor. Now he's minus $2.50. You agree with that? And because it seems like everyone's in love with Chalamet, what do you think of that price?
Yeah, this is one where I like the Chalamet bet, and I like the plus price. I like it for the Oscars because this kid, he is a movie star. He's probably the biggest movie star in the world. It's a good look for the Oscars to give it Chalamet. What I would probably do here is I would probably bet with Brody, as he is the heavy favorite, but I would certainly also play Chalamet. If you're only choosing one, I like Chalamet. So many of these favorites are going to come through. I really like the Chalamet. I think it's a fun bet to have. There was also a little bit of controversy with Brody because people were talking, well, was there AI used for his accent? I don't need to get into any of that, but if there's any hint of anything, plus his SAG award, I like Chalamet. I think it's a fun bet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. All right.
How about Demi Moore for The Substance, minus $250, Best Actress?
Minus $250 is a deal.
Wow.
I think that she is a deal. I think that it's a bit of a lifetime award for her. She's been giving such wonderful speeches and all these. I mean, part of the problem, or maybe it's a good thing if you want to bet on, is we have all this data. We've seen Demi Moore make these rounds, make great speeches. It also can be a Lifetime Achievement Award. She's a huge movie star. It's a great part for her. I just love it for Demi Moore. I don't see anybody coming close. I really don't. I mean, Mikey Madison gave a great performance, but Demi Moore is an icon. Give her the Oscar. Make the money.
So you're saying that minus 250 should be much higher than what it is right now?
I think so. I think considering Demi Moore just won the SAG Award, won the Golden Globe, won all these things in the past, I think that's a good deal.
I sent you the odds. Should I even mention supporting actor and actress because the prices are so high?
You should. I will say supporting actor, no. Kieran Culkin's a lock. They want to give him an Oscar for his role on Succession. I mean, I will say I love the movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but there are a lot of similarities to the part. And he's charming, and he does the rounds. Kieran Culkin's going to win. Now, I also do like Zoe Saldana. I don't know if she's minus 1,000 now.
2,500.
2,500. Wow.
Yeah.
There could be a little bit of fun if you want to do one real long shot. Ariana Grande would be the other supporting actress to consider. Emilia Perez, it's going to get some recognition foreign. It had a little bit of controversy about their other actor. There's other things that are going on. I mean, I think Saldana is going to win. She's going to give a great talk. She's a movie star. She's beautiful. She's Avatar. She's the whole thing. But if you also want to consider it, I can see the next morning photo of Chalamet and Ariana Grande, and I wouldn't be shocked. And I think it's a pretty good long shot.
All right, 8-1. I like that. At DraftKings, Johnny Avello with an incredible menu at DK. You gave out some winners last time you were on. How far do you want to? How deep do you want to go here with some of this, like director, screenplay, visuals? Take it away, as you're the expert.
Totally. So I mean, similarly, director. If you really want to think about Honora, I think director's the best place to do it. I think Sean Baker's going to win at a minus 250. I really do. The place where I think could be interesting is actually original screenplay. Now, Honora is also the favorite for that movie, but Jesse Eisenberg is nominated for A Real Pain. He won the Golden Globe.
Okay.
He is also a movie star. It's a good look. I wouldn't be shocked if he's like plus 500. Again, in this instance, I wouldn't say it's a guarantee, but I like those odds for a plus price longer shot. It's fun to put Jesse Eisenberg on there. Would be one of the places I want to go. But for the most part, if you have the money to lay the odds, to lay the juice, you should probably do it with these heavy favorites. I mean, that's really what it's looking like. There's a reason that there's such heavy favorites here.
Okay.
But those are a couple of my favorite longer plays. Go ahead, Mitch.
I was going to say, for example, Dune is minus 1,000 best visual. Planet of the Apes 5-1, then it goes down to like Wicked 20-1. You're saying like minus 1,000 if you can lay it with Dune. You think that's going to be an automatic one?
If I could do it, I would do it. Absolutely. It's one of those. It's like no overtime in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's those. Those kinds. It's those kinds of money bets. There's a reason that the juice is so high. And yes, Dune got kind of disrespect. People are like, why isn't the director Denis Villeneuve nominated? Why isn't this and that? Well, they're going to give Dune some awards. I think that's the best shot. I don't think it's going to be cinematography. A lot of people like Greg Fraser for cinematography. Greg Fraser won for Dune 1. But The Brutalist, which is also an awesome, big deal, won Palme d'Or at Cannes, won all these movies, or maybe it won Venice, excuse me. The Brutalist is going to get the award for cinematography. That is almost a lock as well. It's like 70 millimeter Vista Vision. They don't make it like they used to.
Really?
That's a great place for, that's a great place.
It's only
for Brutalist.
$340. You're saying that lock it up, cinematography.
I like it. It's minus $340.
Yeah. No chance it loses, you said. Okay.
I like that movie for cinematography. I do. What's the next one for cinematography? Is it it's Dune or Nosferatu? The only one that might go is Nosferatu. But Brutalist or Nosferatu. The only one I like the Brutalist a lot. There, lay it if you can do it.
Okay, you probably know and work with a lot of these people too. Like best production design. How does Wicked not win $4? Best score, some of these others, if you want to go dig deep into that too, please.
Totally, for sure. I mean, Wicked was one of the most popular movies of the year. It is a huge movie. It's an awesome movie. It is going to get recognized. The place where it's heavy favorites is where I'd look to do it. And if it's not, I'd probably avoid. But yeah, I mean, Wicked's music is so powerful, and they want to cut to those stars. So I like that a lot. I don't remember what the number was, but there's really the long shots that I mentioned to you are really the places I would look to. There might be a little competition in documentary between two movies, but really when it comes to these numbers, I want to tell the listeners it's either the heavy favorite or the one that's slightly under it. Yes. The only one I like a little bit more for a long shot. I'm going to probably be supporting Jesse Eisenberg and covering it with the heavy favorite.
Okay, so the best documentary is right in your wheelhouse then, and No Other Land is minus 165. Porcelain War is plus 150.
Yes, and it is, and I do love documentary, and I've been. I mean, the documentary shorts are also interesting too. But yes, between those two. Again, I think No Other Land's going to happen. It's an Israel-Palestine co-made film. It's very of the now. It's very what people want to talk about. And The Porcelain War is about Ukraine. I mean, this is where the Oscars get political, and they want to give people the microphone to say something here. And I bet on people. I bet on the Oscars getting preachy when possible. Unfortunately, and maybe that's cynical, but if there's something that they want to give someone the mic to say, bet on it. You might as well make a little bit of money on it.
Do you have anything you want to promote? And did Lotus of Siam live up to the hype when you went?
Oh man, I do love that place, and I love eating in Las Vegas, and I miss Las Vegas, and I hope to come back soon. I do want to promote. I directed Not Safe with Nikki Glazer, which was a really fun show on Comedy Central, and there's a writer who I'm very close friends with from it, and we're working on a baseball project together, and we're going to start coming out with it close to opening day. We're doing it right now, so I'm really excited about doing something about baseball and sports again, and I'm always happy to talk with you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. That was awesome, Isaac.
Thanks so much. Good luck. I hope.
Be well. Yep, back at you. And enjoy the Oscars coming up on Sunday night.
Film, TV director, 30 for 30, AC Green, and Life on the Line documentary, the Nikki Glazer project he's with, and look for the new stuff as well. Vice World of Sports, Isaac Feeder, FDER.
He is right. This is kind of like the NFL draft right before it starts. The moves that are shaping the market, they're usually right.
Yeah. It's not like we recall, though. Usually there's there's thousands, 2,000
every
all
category.
over. Yeah. You just have that in supporting actor and actress.
Let's have a weekend. Got a winner there with Yale.
Hey, there you go.
They brought it home.
Video poker?
It's good. I think so, yes.